The man I call my grandpa is a man named Charles Lovelace. He is currently 77 years old and has cancer of the liver. He is going through radiation and chemotherapy and is getting better every day. When I was asking him about his cancer, he said, "It's going to have to do a lot more than that to take me out." This says a lot about the man my grandfather is. Today, I'm going to be talking about the life my grandpa has led and about the kind of person he is. I'm going to explain all the traits he has that makes him the best example for what a man should strive to be like. And I'm going to talk about why I love and respect him so much. James Earl Jones once said, "More and more, when I single out the person who inspired me most, I go back to my grandfather." As stated earlier, my grandpa lived a life that sets an example for what not only every man, but every person should strive to be like. Anyone would be lucky to meet him, and I am honored to be able to pay tribute to him today. My grandpa is an incredibly determined and hard worker. Throughout his life, he always worked to provide for his friends and family. He owns a construction business called Excel Construction Group, with which he has done many things such as pour concrete and build foundations for buildings. He is a very family-centered and caring man. He has 5 children, 2 daughters, and 3 sons. He built his own house for them to live in years ago. Whenever his father got into his old age and was unable to do any hard work, my grandpa hired his father to work easy jobs such as piling a backhoe so that his father could still make some easy money. My grandpa never gets upset and always feels warm and comforting whenever you talk to him. Many times whenever I would help him with things and I would make a mistake, he would always be very patient and never yell at me. There's one time in particular I can remember when I was using his skill saw to help cut some wood for a project. I accidentally dropped the saw while it was still running, and it landed right on the cord, cutting it clean straight through the cord. Despite the expensive mistake I committed that day, he just wanted to make sure that I was alright, no matter how much it would cost him to replace the skill saw. He is also extremely talented musically. As a child, he often played guitar and sung for many people and events at the age of 8. Even today, he's still very good at playing guitar, and even though he is losing his hearing, that doesn't stop him from playing beautiful music. And his musical talent has transferred down to all of his children and people around him too, as even I'm very talented musically as I play piano. Secondly, my grandpa has overcome many obstacles throughout his life. For one thing, he has raised 5 children, which is no easy task by any means. One of his sons is an adopted one, which he took in when the boy was 7 years old. He has also made it through many health problems. He has had open heart surgery before. He has dealt with MRSA before, which is a very dangerous infection, which made him extremely sick and even infected his hand, making him unable to play the guitar. Though his love for playing the guitar pushed him to get through it and play again. Even today, as I stated before, he is currently fighting cancer of the liver, which is extremely dangerous. My grandpa was never a super wealthy man. Being a small construction company always comes with its ups and downs. But no matter what, he always made sure to put food on the table for his children and for his wife. Finally, my grandpa will live on in the legacy that he created and in all the people's lives that he has touched. The entire property his children and grandchildren live on was all built by him. From tree houses to swimming pools to a basketball court, not only does his family love him, but all my friends always love coming over to my house to play in all the things that he has built. I'm always super proud to tell them, my grandpa built that, or my grandpa did this all the time. Everyone always remembers the kind of man that Charles Lovelace is, and will always remember going over to his property. He will also be remembered in the business that he started and has run his entire life, Excel Construction Group, as I mentioned earlier. He has worked with so many people from across the world, pouring concrete for naval bases or for universities. His name is known in many places. I even have people who go to my church who know him just because he has helped pour concrete for the local elementary school around here, and he's never even been to that church too. He barely even knows the people, but they all just know his name because that's just how influential he is. So, I have loved telling you about all the stories of my grandpa's life. I told you about his character traits, the struggles that he has conquered, and the legacy that he will leave. The story of my grandpa is one of a strong man, but at the same time, it is filled with love and care. For all the reasons that I listed above, My grandpa is a man that I try to imitate every day. I love and respect him, and I think that everyone would feel the same way if they were able to meet him. I wish that as a child that I would have spent more time for him. Being a kid, I never realized how much of an awesome person he was. And now that I'm an adult, I can understand all the things that my grandpa went through, and I want to do everything I can to make him happy. Thank you.